Midwest Tour Review here, guys, back again. So I've been thinking about tools, as many of you probably do day in, day out. But one of the things I thought about, and this, hopefully we can keep this to a short discussion because I really want your guys' feedback. So here's my opinion. I don't think for an average guy, and maybe some mechanics, I don't think it's worth it to buy Snap-on brand new. And I'm trying to challenge you guys to kind of give me your feedback. And the reason why I say that is because, as you guys know, I'm like a tool hunter, and I believe in trying to find great deals for really low price, because I'm not a mechanic, but I want the very best tool that I can get my hands on. And so just kind of jumping into it, I've got a lot of stuff that isn't Snap-on, but I got a lot of stuff that really is. Like I said, these sockets that are Tekton. I've got the Icon stuff up there. These are, what are these? Oh, more Tekton. These are the Carlisle Ultra Stubbies. I love these. 3/8 drive. And then so on. I've got Snap-on here, just regular quarter drive there. I got one Snap-on socket here that's a random, I think it's a 15 mil that I found one day or whatever. I don't know how I came about it, but I found it and I got that. But all my ratchets for the most part are pretty much Snap-on. And the reason why I say I don't necessarily know that it's worth it, because if you guys watched any of my other videos, you saw my previous tool collection that I have eventually sold off. But I had an entire 60 by 24 inch toolbox packed full of Snap-on and everything else. And I think my total investment was somewhere around $1,100 all in, and I sold everything for 4 times as much as what I had invested. And then I started all over again, and here I am now. And I think I actually have more Snap-on ratchets than I did then. So, I mean, just, like 1/4 inch drive stuff here, and I'll go over prices here, but I'm just trying to give you guys a quick overview of some of the stuff that I have. Locking flex heads, I've got the 3/8 drives, and we'll talk about warranty too. 3/8 drive stuff here. I mean, all eras, I guess, if you will. I just contact Snap-on. If I have a tool that doesn't work, they put in a request and they send me an updated component, whether it be the gear mechanisms or perhaps even a new ratchet altogether, like this FNH 100. I got this brand new from Snap-on. I've never used it, but I had a vintage roto head ratchet that I just could not repair, could not fix, and they told me it would be best to just send it in, and they swapped it out with this guy. But pretty much all of my Snap-on ratchets here have been rebuilt. I've rebuilt every single one of them that needed it. Contact Snap-on, get a repair kit, rebuild kit, and then go from there. And as you guys see, I've got a lot. Some of the stuff is redundant or multiples, and some of it isn't. It all depends on what I got when I got it and how I got these things. And what I mean is I go to a lot of estate sales. I got lucky with a lot of the Snap-ons here. There's a local guy in my city of Fort Wayne who is retiring after 35 years of being a Snap-on dealer, and he has an entire warehouse of Snap-on tools that he's selling off at bargain basement prices. So with the exception of the roto head here, everything else, in exception of that one because I already had it, everything else is $20 a pop. So I bought all of these for $20 a piece. This one here, all I had was a shaft. I redid the head, put a new anvil on it, and put a handle on it. So, and I got a whole box of modern and vintage handles from him as well for like $5. I mean, things like this. I've always wanted this THL F72, I think it is, 1/4" dry flex head, non-locking. Finally got one of those. And if it was 3/8 drive, it was $20, and I think 1/4" drive was like $15. This one here, I needed a Snap-on shaft, but the only thing I had was a Pittsburgh, so I figured the shaft should hold up, and I just threw the Snap-on. Then this is a USA made head, which they don't seem to do that anymore. But I put that on there, and it's not as fine as the other ones, but it didn't require to be rebuilt, so I haven't contacted them about that yet. But if it does, I'll just contact Snap-on and get a new gear set. But a lot of these are USA made ratchets, and like I said, if it needed to be rebuilt, you know, I contacted Snap-on and they rebuilt it. Some of the stuff I have in here is stuff that I already previously owned. But yeah, I guess my point is I don't necessarily know that it's important to buy it. I mean, I picked this up at a pawn shop for like $3, and then rebuilt it. And I didn't even have to contact Snap-on for this. I just cleaned it up, and it was completely locked up, and I cleaned it out, and there you go. This one here, I think I got it from my dealer friend for like $5. It was brand new. And I know that's not every circumstance. You're not going to always get a good lit like I did, but you can get online, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, and several other sites, including estate sales, auctions, things of that nature, and you can pick this stuff up dirt cheap. I mean, this one here was brand new. I think I paid $5 for it. But it goes on. I mean, some of my stuff is vintage, and I like to restore things, so you will see some older stuff in here, but that's not related to this topic. But Blue Point stuff like this, I mean, one of these I think does need to be warrantied out, and I don't even know what Snap-on is going to do as far as warranting that style of ratchet out. But yeah, I mean, this for me, it makes sense to go and hunt for these things because I have the time to do that, as far as not needing a tool right then and there. And the more tools you have, in the event you do need to have something, or in the event you do want to go out and search for something, you know, you're not relying upon you know, having to go I need a tool right then and there, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Some of this stuff is cheaper stuff that I just kind of have in here just because you never know. But yeah, I don't necessarily know that it's necessary to go out and shop on a tool truck. I guess maybe if you needed something right then and there, and you had no other option, yeah, that makes sense. Or if it's a specialty tool that you don't want to go online and try to search for. And like I said, once again, time is of the essence. You know, that makes sense to go in a tool truck. But for the average DIYer, I don't necessarily know why you would want to not spend a little time and do some research and, you know, find some of these great deals. I don't know. You guys tell me. I mean, like I said, I've got the cheap stuff. I've got the Icon stuff up here, which theoretically isn't that cheap comparative to some of the other stuff out there, but it is much cheaper than Snap-on. And I mean, I've got things like breaker bars and all the other stuff from Snap-on as well that I've paid pennies for, you know, versus buying it off a tool truck. Even these crescents here, brand new, and I paid $10 a piece for those. So I've got a lot of Snap-on stuff that I didn't pay very much money for. So you guys tell me, what do you think? Is it, outside of the guy who needs it right then and there, that's a mechanic, I think DIYers should really stick to going online, doing some research, trying to find these deals. Because, you know, things like sockets, I mean, I can see buying a Harbor Freight socket, you know, or a socket set or something like that. You know, do your research, try to get the best quality one you can, or maybe gear wrench or something like that. But when it comes to a ratchet, I think that you should spend a little bit more money and try to get the very best ratchet you can, because it is a mechanical device, And as such, if it does in fact have an issue, you know, you want the very best that you can, and you want a warranty and all the other stuff with it. So I don't know. I think for a ratchet, you do need to get the highest quality you can. But for like sockets, I mean, we know that there's a lot of great socket brands out there, and you don't even need to spend a lot of money on those. Carlisles are good, Tectons are good, Gear Wrenches are certainly good. I've watched a couple videos here in the last few days where people have even tested Cobalts, and believe it or not, you know, simple Cobalt sockets have a, you know, relatively good hardness on them. They've fairly accurate as far as their tolerances on the and fitment to the sockets or to the fasteners. So those do very well as well. And then, like I said, I did an earlier video on these Icon series sockets. You know, the jury's still out on these guys. Everybody's hoping and praying that they think that these sockets pan out. You know, they're the Snap-on knockoffs. You know, only time will tell. I mean, who knows? I guess that's going to be largely contingent upon how much and how often you use them, and under what conditions too. So, but when it comes to ratchets, I think you guys do need to get the very best ratchet you can. And I don't think for a DIYer going on a tool truck or paying retail prices is the smartest thing. Do your research, go online, check out estate sales, check out eBay, check out whatever it takes to get the very best tool you can get, but at the very best prices at the same time. And build your collection from there. If you want to see some of my tools that I had previously, my previous setup, just check out some of my videos. You know, subscribe to the channel, and you can see what type of collection I built in the past. And essentially, I'm doing it all over again. I don't think I'm going to sell a second set, or this time around. I think I'm going to just keep everything I got, because it is a lot of work to try to find these things. So I think I'm going to keep everything this time around. But yeah, I mean, I've got Snap-on impacts that I didn't pay anything for. So do your homework, guys. Try to find some great deals out there. But yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know if you think the average DIYer should go to tool trucks for getting their tools, or if they should check out alternative means such as Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, estate auctions, etc. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you do, and we can talk about it further. All right, peace out, guys.